Good morning, good evening for me. I got our E42 excavator back. We had it out fixing up some roads with all the flooding going on. But we need to get it up above and start working on our two big culverts that got destroyed. One, we just got to cover the top so we can fill it, get over it, get to the next one that is blown out. And I have a dump truck coming tomorrow. It's supposed to be bringing 2 loads to fill in the first one so we can get up to the second one to kind of evaluate and see what we're going to need to do. So let's get this fueled up and then we can head on up. We're probably going to go about 1/4 mile up here from here. So let's get some fuel because I don't want to get up there and run out of fuel. My fuel gauge doesn't work. That's one of the things I need to do. And this thing, the fuel gauge sticks. So anytime I'm going to be using it for a little bit, I just fuel it back up. All right, I don't know how much fuel it really took, but it was on there for a decent amount of time for what it normally is. So we ran it for a day and a half. Fixing road last week, so it's a decent amount of fuel, I'd say. At least 5 gallons, if not 10. So these little mini excavators, if you're not idling them high, don't use a ton of fuel. So usually I don't run it wide open if I don't need to. If I need to, I will, but if I don't need to, I'd rather not because it saves on the old fuel. Actually, we used it for more than a day and a half because we used it here one morning for a few hours. Then we used it there for another couple of hours. And then a full day, and then a half a day. So I'd say 8 hours plus 2 hours, 10 hours. So probably 12 to 14 hours we got on that little bit of fuel I just put in. I'll take it. Been a few days, 4 days since we mowed, and it has dried up so nice. I am so glad we mowed everything so this part of the road could dry up, so that way we can get the dump trucks in here. We don't got to worry about running it up. We had standing water and puddles before we mowed, so this looks good. All right, I was able to get this culvert filled in so I could get across it. I was cut the bank down, filled some of that in, got across with the mini excavator. What I'm thinking of having them do tomorrow is back in here, drop a load. I'm on the other side of it now, so I can be over here with the excavator, filling it in, get this nice and level. And we'll have them do the same thing with the second load if I need it. We've got a culvert already for the one out back once we can get it fixed. Luckily, they had a culvert in stock when I found out we had one get washed out. So I ran out, picked that out, got that here. My brother gave me a hand, so thank you, Rich, because that would not have been fun to do by myself. So yeah, we got it here. We gotta get this one fixed first. Might have to reset some of the headstones. Yep. So this headstone has been shifted. So maybe once I get this road situated and I got a better base, I can come over here, resituate this headstone, that headstone, and maybe this one. I call the stones that we put on top of the culverts headstones. They add weight to keep the culverts from moving. I got some roots that I have messed around, so I want to get a good stone back up there. So yeah, the sun is setting. I'm going to call it for tonight. We'll pick it up when the dump truck shows up in the morning. Good morning. It is nice and foggy out this morning, 55 degrees. I'm not sure what the high is supposed to be yet. Honestly, I haven't even taken out my app and looked at the weather. I just went to see what the temperature was outside. My app's saying it's 51. It's supposed to be 80 for a high today, so wow. A lot warmer than I thought it was going to be. But we're supposed to be getting some more rain. after today. So luckily right now I am waiting for a dump truck to come and bring us up some material so we can fix up the first culvert, which would be good to get at least one fixed up before the rain comes in. And then I don't know how many loads we're gonna be able to get today from them or not. So it is foggy. I am waiting for the dump truck. Once they show up, we're gonna bring them up above. We're gonna start working on that first culvert area. Man, that fog is so thick. You can't even see 100 feet. Crazy. I can't see anything. It's so foggy out, but I might hear something. But I might not too. I definitely hear them, but I do not see them. That is wild. Oh, I can see headlights coming. There they are. Then I'm thinking I'll have him back up his tires right to the edge here. I'll have him dump, and I can come over with the excavator and kind of start making a platform for it. First load's here. Let's get this spread, see what we can do. I'm hoping that maybe this load will take care of it, and the next load will pile up above for the next culvert and then go on. I think we came up with a game plan for the next culvert. There it is. We got a big old hole, but I think we got something figured out. It just depends on the weather too, I think. And it's not looking good. At first I didn't know if one load was gonna be enough, but I think it's gonna be enough. It's so weird on camera. It's hard to show like actually how deep different holes are and stuff. This hole is probably 3 to 4 feet deep still, and it's at an angle, and we want to fill in wide over here. There was by the headstone, there was a hole over here, and there's a hole on that side by the headstone. So we got that filled in. So far it looks good. So I've been trying to pack it in as I go. So like this side, I get as much down as I could. Been driving back and forth, trying to pack it in. Now I'll try to smooth it out more, pack it in, and I'm hoping to get the dump truck across this next time he comes back and have him back all the way down there and get some material over there so we can set that culvert. We have an idea for that now. So let's get this moved along and see if we can get this done. The truck driver, yeah, we got about a half hour before he shows up. So we have more than enough time to finish this, get this packed good, and then he'll be back. Still a little bit of a hole right there. Let's try to fill that in. All right, we are getting it. And it feels nice to have a pretty even area done. And not a dip and a hole in the ground. It's kind of crazy what a little bit of rain, a lot of rain can do. Yeah, this feels good. So I'm gonna finish smoothing it up, and then hopefully we'll get him back there to the next one, and we will see what we can do. Let me finish getting this smoothed up and see how it's coming out. But so far I'm happy with it. I'm assuming some of this is gonna settle over time, so we'll probably need a little bit more gravel here at some point, but it's nice to be able to get across here. That's for sure. All right, we got this all finished up. The dump truck driver should be here any minute, I do believe. It's been about that time, but while we wait, let's go down here and check and see what this culvert looks like now on the inside. There's a big head of rock there and a few big ones here. I'm gonna say if those big rocks weren't there when they initially installed the culvert, that culvert would still not be there. But I might hear the dump truck coming. That's perfect timing. So that is good. We got this all nice and smooth, crossable. Now we can head on down to the next culvert and start getting the game plan ready for that one. Ooh, that's perfect. I like seeing that. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous about him going across this filled in culvert hole for the first time because a loaded dump truck weighs a lot, but he just packed it down. He didn't sink in any areas. He's gonna be coming back with one more load for now. So I'm gonna let this get packed down and then we'll smooth this up a little bit more, then I'll pack it down again. We need to get this section of road cleaned up now and mowed. It's looking like we're gonna be having a bunch of rain coming in, and I'm not liking that. All right, gotta head back to the homestead and do the morning chores. I'm about an hour late for doing morning chores, but I had to get that first load of material spread so I could get the second and third load in. So hopefully Azalea doesn't get too mad at us. She's the one who's really on the schedule for milking, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So we're gonna go milk Azalea, feed all the other animals, and then I'll be back. Just got done milking Azalea and with the rest of the morning chores, and he is back with the third load of gravel. I don't know if you guys are like me or not, but I just find something so satisfying about a load of material getting dumped out of a dump truck. I don't know why, it just always makes me smile. Are you like that? You can't take me anywhere. I went in to eat something and I got it all over my shirt, so I had to change. Let's get back up above. We'll get the roadway cleaned up so that way it'll be easier to work on. Now that we can get past the first culvert, we're gonna go up there and we're gonna clean up the road to the second culvert. It's a process trying to clean up all this work, and then once we get the second culvert put in, which will be a little while, when we get up there I'll talk about our plan, then we can get up above and check out the rest of the property, because we don't know what anything else above the pond looks like. We haven't had a chance to go on any of the trails because we can't get there, and then we still have more road and culverts up past the pond. So we want to get this fixed so we can see what else is going on. Alright, so we had mowed the road up to this washout, and we couldn't get across, and this part of the road dried out nicely now that everything is mowed and cleaned up. So now we got to do this from this culvert to the other one, get the edges of the road cleaned out, cleaned open, and then we'll go up to the other culvert and talk about our game plan. All right, let's see what we can do. Flail mower is working good, cleaning up the edge of the road here. I have to go back and forth to kind of get it because we have some small little trees. They're not huge, but I'm afraid if I drive my tire on them before they're bent over, I'll get a flat tire. So I'm thinking if I do this once or twice, that right there should rot next year over this year, and then next year I should be able to mow it going this way. I shouldn't have to worry about getting a flat tire. If I can do this the whole way down to that other culvert, I think we'll be in good shape. It's just going to take some time. I see you. All right, the drone crashed. The remote controller slid off my dash and hit a joystick and sent us into the trees, but by my surprise, maybe not, hold on. I don't think anything's damaged, and if there is anything damaged, it's very minimal. Yeah, I got a bad blade, and I don't have my, I might have more blades here with me, but let me see if it'll fly the way it is, because if it is, I'm not gonna replace the blade. The mowing's coming out good, so I'm happy with that. The drone doesn't look damaged. Let's turn it back on, set it up, and see what we can do. Casualties of videoing and working at the same time. All right, let's turn the drone on, get the controller going, and see if anything's damaged. We're gonna find out. The road's looking good. I found some bits and pieces to an old culvert. I'll have to come back up here at some point and pick those up. I'm gonna say halfway done. I'm liking how it's looking. This is gonna do the road good for the future. It's still booging up. We'll see what it says. Unable to take off. Let's see. Beep boop, beep boop. Takeoff permitted. Looks like everything's good. Let's see what happens. I like it. Whoop, whoop. I need to get a lanyard or something so I can wear the remote control around my neck and I don't have it sitting on the dash, and when I do weird movements, it moves. I need like a remote control holder. If you guys know of one, let me know, because like a suction cup one to put in the tractor or the excavator would be good. Just trying to hold it on your lap or set it somewhere. You always do stuff like what I just did. All right, here we go. Try again. All right, we've been mowing for a little while now. I feel some vibration, so I'm wondering if something's loosened up. Not the wheel, or if I broke off any teeth. And wow, I did. Holy moly, no wonder why it's vibrating. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Missing right there. Phew. 6, 7. That one's gonna need some welding, and we've welded that one before. Sure, a lot of the teeth I've done cleaning this up, but this needed to get done, so if that's the price of it, I guess that's the price we have to pay. But it is looking good. Once we get this finished cleaned up, it'll be a lot easier to work on the culvert ahead. So yeah, a little bit more to do. All right, I am really happy with how that came out. I'm bringing my little excavator up here. I'm gonna have to move this one big rock right here on the edge of the road. I'm not too sure why that rock is here. Maybe a new nice blackberry? No, it's not ripe yet. Usually they put the big rocks where there's a culvert, and I'm not seeing a culvert over here, so I'm not sure. I'm gonna take a walk down the ditch, see if I can find anything, but I don't see anything. Kind of odd. No culvert, just a big giant rock right here on the edge. The only reason why I care to move that is I can't mow right there. I have to go up, over, and around, and I'd be able to clean up that side a lot nicer if that wasn't there. So when we're coming up, I'll have to grab it, scoop it up, maybe bring it up. We can use it on this culvert, or stick it in the woods, because it's not doing any good where it is. Let's head on up here. And this right here is the big washout. Starting to dry up some, so that is good. We got a place for our culvert to go. We still can't get across there and check out any further with the side-by-side. I have walked up above to the pond. That's as far as I've gotten. But we need to get this culvert filled in. And the game plan for this one, let me get down there, is to get someone in here with a big excavator, help me set this culvert. I mean, we're over 5 feet deep in the ground right there. My mini excavator will not reach this far down. If I wanted to reach this far down, I'd have to cut the road and make a bank and kind of make my own little way in. And that would take a lot of work too. So thinking if we get the big excavator in here, set the culvert, those 2 loads are to set it. And then we can get some big rocks in here. So we have some big rocks up over there. My excavator wouldn't be able to reach those. So we want to put some We get some more big ones right here. We want to put some big rocks on top of the culvert. They're called, I call them headstones. There's one there and one there. Those are probably from the old culvert. So we want to get those placed, and to do it properly, we're gonna need a bigger excavator because the hole is so deep. So we got the fill here. Now we're just waiting till we can get some help. I got the culvert here. Once we can get the big excavator here, we'll be in good shape. We'll get this set, get it backfilled with those 2 loads. That's not gonna fill it all the way. It's gonna be interesting to see. Maybe not interesting isn't the right word, but it will be interesting to see how much fill we're gonna need. I'm thinking 8 to 10 truckloads. That's my guess. 10-wheeler loads. So let me know what your guess is for fill. This hole is probably, the culvert's 20 feet long, so the hole is probably 25 to 30 feet long, and then it spans from side to side 15, 20 feet, and it's 5 feet deep, I'm gonna say. So yeah, you do the math and let me know how many cubic feet of fill we're gonna need to fill this back in. So, if you guys haven't been watching the videos, we got hit with the rain from Hurricane Beryl. Hurricane Beryl came up here. When Hurricane Beryl got here, it was just rain. It was not wind, which I am thankful for, but we got 8.5 inches of rain from Hurricane Beryl. Wiped out this part of the road, that other culvert. Our lower road got some rain over it. We fixed that up, no big deal. A lot of the other areas around here got main roads washed out, so it's still hard to get places because what used to take 10 minutes now takes 40 minutes. A lot of people lost houses, some people lost life, so what happened here is minimal. It's all repairable, and that's what we're doing right now. We're repairing. I want to know where all this dirt went. Like, this is a hole, a big hole, but this is a small hole compared to what some of the places look like around here. So there's a lot of dirt places they shouldn't be. So look at this root. Look at that thing. Well, it's buried underground. But yeah. So I'm glad we got the road picked up. So now when we get down here, we can kind of see everything, keep it open. I can't wait to get over there and see what's going on up above. Maybe once I find out what's up above, maybe I'll want to wait and I won't want to know what we have to do. So there's still more stuff to figure out up above because I'm sure we have more damage, but time will tell. This is where we're going to end this video. Thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. Let me know how many yards of material we're going to need for this hole. Glad we got the other culvert fixed up. It feels good to be able to drive up to this one now, and it'll feel even better once this culvert's in and we can drive up above and check everything out. It'll be nice to get some mowing done up above so we can do some fishing, catch some trout, cook them up, smoke them, check on the tent in the woods, see how that's doing, check on all of our trails. So thanks for coming along on our homesteading journey. You guys are a huge blessing to us in our homestead. See you right back here in the next video. Horseflies are biting me. Bye.